Every morning, the world slowly wakes up. Curtains are pulled back. The sky glows a faint orange. A kettle whistles. And somewhere, an older hand reaches for a lemon, bright, yellow, slightly worn. With practiced care, it's sliced open, squeezed into a cup of warm water, and sipped in silence. It's a simple ritual, almost too small to matter. But what if this tiny act, 1 cup of lemon water, carried within it more than just hydration? What if this small morning habit, often overlooked, held the potential to gently shift how the aging body feels, functions, and heals? You see, aging isn't just about growing older. It's about change, slow, quiet change. Muscles soften. Joints grow stiffer. Sleep becomes lighter. Energy feels borrowed rather than owned. And for many seniors, mornings arrive with an odd combination of gratitude and fatigue. But amid these changes, the body still listens. To movement, to food, to water, and yes, to lemon. In a world overflowing with complex diets, expensive supplements, and health advice that seems to change with every headline, there's something deeply grounding about starting the day with something as humble as lemon water. But how does it really affect the aging body? Is it just a trend dressed as tradition? Or does science quietly back what generations before us practiced without question? As we age, the body's ability to digest, detoxify, and defend itself naturally slows down. It needs support, not dramatic, overwhelming changes, but gentle, consistent nudges. Lemon water, taken first thing in the morning, may be one such nudge. It hydrates. It stimulates. It soothes. It prepares. From the lining of your stomach to the walls of your arteries, from your immune cells to the surface of your skin, everything responds to what you consume, especially after a night of fasting. And in that vulnerable, open window between waking and breakfast, the body listens a little more closely than usual. But is this golden liquid truly as beneficial as it seems? What does modern research say about its effects on digestion, immunity, skin, and blood pressure? Are there hidden dangers that seniors should be aware of? And more importantly, what happens when this habit is practiced not just once, but every single morning? In this video, we explore the quiet power of warm lemon water, not through hype, but through science, reflection, and lived experience. We peel back the layers of a habit so small, it's often dismissed, yet so enduring, it stood the test of centuries. Because sometimes, the path to better health in older age doesn't begin with big promises or loud claims, but with a cup of warm water, a squeeze of lemon, and the decision to care. One morning at a time. It's easy to overlook a lemon. Sitting quietly in the fruit basket, its bright skin wrinkled over time, it rarely asks for attention. Yet inside this simple citrus fruit lies a complex world, a world of compounds, nutrients, and elements that seem almost tailor-made for the aging human body. The story of lemon water doesn't start with the lemon alone. It begins with what the body lacks when it wakes. After 7 or 8 hours without food or drink, the body enters a state of light dehydration. Muscles may feel tight, the mouth dry, the mind a bit foggy. Blood becomes slightly thicker. The kidneys, liver, and digestive system await signals to start their work. What you put into your body at this moment matters more than most realize. Warm water alone begins the process, gently rehydrating tissues, waking the digestive system, preparing the body to receive nutrients. But when you add lemon, you're not just drinking water anymore. You're introducing something far more active. Vitamin C is one of lemon's most powerful gifts. In just half a lemon, there's around 20% of the recommended daily intake, enough to awaken the immune system with a gentle jolt. For seniors, whose vitamin absorption may slow with age, this early boost can help maintain cellular defense mechanisms that often weaken with time. Then there are the flavonoids, natural compounds found in the pulp and peel of the fruit. These act as antioxidants, protecting the body from oxidative stress, the quiet, ongoing damage caused by free radicals, which accelerates aging and is linked to diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart conditions. But the lemon doesn't stop at protection. It also helps stimulate. Citric acid, another key compound, plays a crucial role in digestion. It increases stomach acid, aiding the breakdown of food and improving nutrient absorption, especially important for seniors, whose stomach acid levels tend to decline with age. This means that the food eaten later in the day can be processed more efficiently, reducing bloating, indigestion, and discomfort. Lemon also gently nudges the liver, the body's master filter. Though the liver cleanses itself, certain compounds in lemon, such as D-limonene, may enhance the liver's natural detoxification process. This doesn't mean lemon is a magical detox drink, but it does support an organ that already works tirelessly every day, especially in an aging body. On a deeper level, lemon water provides something else. A signal. A signal to the body that it's time to begin. To move, to cleanse, to digest, to heal. That signal, repeated daily, becomes a rhythm. And in aging, rhythm is everything. Seniors often struggle with irregular digestion, fatigue, or even mild depression. A stable morning routine, and something as simple as a warm, comforting drink, can provide a moment of consistency, a ritual that supports not just physical health but mental clarity as well. Yet, for all its strength, lemon is gentle. It's not a chemical. It's not a stimulant. It asks for nothing and forces no changes. Instead, it offers quiet, natural support to systems that have worked for decades and simply need a little help now. One might call lemon a symbol of simplicity, of nature, of subtle power. In an era where health advice often feels overwhelming and complicated, this yellow fruit stands in quiet defiance. No packaging. No side effects. Just nature, sliced and squeezed, into something that fits in your hand, and perhaps into your life. But what happens next? Once this liquid reaches the stomach, how does it transform digestion, that process that so often becomes sluggish with age? In the next part, we'll dive into the gentle but remarkable ways lemon water supports digestive health in seniors, and why so many who try it say they feel lighter and cleaner not just in their stomach, but in their day. Digestion is a quiet process, until it isn't. For many seniors, digestion is no longer a background function they can ignore. It becomes a part of daily life that demands attention. Bloating, constipation, acid reflux. That strange feeling of fullness even when a small meal has been eaten. The digestive system, once effortless, now whispers, and sometimes shouts. Aging affects every part of the gastrointestinal system. The stomach produces less acid. The intestines slow down. The muscles that move food along, the peristalsis, grow weaker. And so, food sits longer. Nutrients are lost. Discomfort builds. Now imagine starting your day not with pills or supplements, but with something natural, warm, hydrating, and slightly acidic. Lemon water. This is where the small morning ritual begins to show its deeper value. The citric acid in lemon water, when consumed before any food, lightly activates the stomach lining, signaling the body to begin producing more digestive juices. It doesn't flood the system like medication. It stimulates gently, just enough to prepare the body for what's to come. This is especially helpful for seniors experiencing hypochlorhydria, low stomach acid, a common but underdiagnosed condition that leads to nutrient malabsorption, especially of vitamin B12, calcium, and magnesium. By slightly increasing acidity, lemon water helps the body absorb what it needs more efficiently. Then comes the bile response. The liver, signaled by the acidity and hydration, begins to produce and release bile more effectively. Bile is essential in breaking down fats, and when it's sluggish, as often happens in older adults, digestion becomes sluggish too. Lemon water acts as a mild choleretic, meaning it helps promote the flow of bile. The result? Meals feel lighter. Digestion moves more smoothly, and the body can extract more nourishment from less food. But digestion isn't just about the stomach. It's also about movement, the rhythmic contractions of the intestines that move food from beginning to end. This is where hydration plays its own quiet, powerful role. Warm lemon water first thing in the morning hydrates the colon, softens stool, and stimulates bowel movements. For those who experience regular constipation, this may be the difference between discomfort and ease, between fatigue and clarity. In fact, some seniors who adopt this habit report feeling a kind of daily reset, not only physically, but mentally. When digestion flows well, the body carries less tension. The mind, too, feels less burdened. It's a chain reaction. A lighter stomach brings a lighter spirit. There is also the psychological benefit of reclaiming control. When the body feels unpredictable, and health concerns multiply with age, something as small as drinking lemon water gives a sense of ritual, of routine. A decision made, and kept, every morning. That sense of consistency is a form of medicine too. Still, it's not magic. It won't fix every digestive problem. But for many, it helps gently over time. And in health, especially senior health, consistency often matters more than intensity. The beauty of lemon water lies in this: it doesn't force. It invites. Invites your body to wake up. Invites your gut to move. Invites you to begin your day not with heaviness, but with ease. And in the quiet world of aging digestion, that invitation can make all the difference. The immune system is often described as a shield, a quiet, invisible force standing between us and the outside world. For most of our lives, it functions in the background, protecting us without applause. But as we age, this shield becomes thinner, slower, more fragile. For seniors, the common cold isn't just a mild inconvenience. It can mean a week in bed. A minor infection can spiral into something far more serious. Wound healing slows. Energy dips. And the body no longer bounces back the way it once did. That's where the daily cup of lemon water takes on new meaning. Because immunity isn't built in a day. It's nurtured, gradually, patiently, through habits repeated over time. Inside the lemon, we find vitamin C, one of the most well-known immune-supporting nutrients in the natural world. It doesn't cure diseases, but it equips the immune system. It supports the production and function of white blood cells, the body's defense army. It acts as an antioxidant, protecting immune cells from damage. It even plays a role in reducing the duration and severity of respiratory infections. But here's the quiet truth: seniors absorb less vitamin C from food than younger people. Their bodies often carry lower reserves, and their immune responses are naturally weaker due to aging. That's why even small, consistent sources, like half a lemon squeezed into warm water, can become meaningful. Beyond vitamin C, lemon water contributes to immune strength in other, often overlooked ways. First, there's hydration. Dehydration, even mild, weakens immunity. It reduces the efficiency of mucous membranes in the nose and throat, the body's first line of defense against airborne viruses and bacteria. Warm lemon water helps restore moisture to these delicate tissues, making them more effective in catching and neutralizing invaders. Second, lemon contains flavonoids, specifically hesperidin and diosmin, which have been shown to exhibit anti-inflammatory and antiviral properties in various studies. While drinking lemon water won't act like medicine, these compounds still support the overall immune environment in subtle but lasting ways. Third, we must consider the indirect support lemon water offers. By improving digestion, it allows the body to absorb nutrients more efficiently, not just vitamin C, but also zinc, iron, and other minerals critical to immune function. By stimulating liver activity, it helps remove toxins more effectively. And by improving hydration, it supports circulation, ensuring that immune cells can travel where they are needed, faster and more efficiently. But perhaps the most powerful role lemon water plays in immunity is this: it creates momentum. When someone begins their day with a healthy act, no matter how small, they are more likely to make other healthy choices. They may eat better, move more, rest more intentionally. All of these influence the immune system as much as any vitamin ever could. This is the quiet, hidden power of ritual. A senior who sips lemon water each morning is not just drinking for the sake of it. They are sending a signal to their own body: I care. I'm paying attention. I'm choosing wellness. And that signal, repeated day after day, shapes the body's internal systems, gently, consistently. Of course, lemon water is not a cure-all. It won't stop every illness. But in the daily battle between resilience and weariness, it offers seniors something invaluable: a natural ally. Gentle, accessible, and supportive. And in a world full of uncertainty, especially in older age, that's no small gift. Next, we'll explore another surprising area where this small habit may leave a mark: your skin, your reflection, and the way you feel when you look in the mirror. Because aging doesn't stop at your organs, it shows itself on the outside too. But lemon water may have a quiet say in that as well. Aging is often first noticed in the mirror. Fine lines become deeper. Skin loses its glow. Spots appear, seemingly overnight. The face that once reflected vitality now begins to carry the quiet signature of time. And while aging is a natural and beautiful process, it can also bring frustration, not out of vanity, but from the simple wish to still feel radiant, alive, and confident in one's own skin. This is where lemon water, humble as it may seem, once again enters the story. Because the skin, more than any other organ, tells the story of what's happening inside the body. Dehydration, poor digestion, nutrient deficiency, they all show up on the surface. And for seniors, whose skin becomes thinner, drier, and more fragile with age, even small deficiencies can lead to noticeable changes. Lemon water, taken consistently each morning, doesn't work like a cream or a cosmetic product. It works from within, slowly, naturally, by supporting the internal conditions the skin needs to thrive. It starts, once again, with hydration. Skin cells require water to stay plump, elastic, and vibrant. But as we age, the body loses its ability to retain water effectively. Dehydrated skin looks dull, tight, and tired. Warm lemon water first thing in the morning replenishes fluid levels gently, helping to restore that soft glow that often fades over time. Then comes vitamin C, a molecule deeply connected to collagen production. Collagen is what gives the skin its structure. It keeps it firm, youthful, and resilient. But with age, collagen production naturally declines, often beginning in one's 30s and accelerating by the time one enters their senior years. Vitamin C is a cofactor in the synthesis of collagen. Without it, collagen can't form properly. That means even if your body is willing to produce it, it may struggle to do so without the right building blocks. Lemon, rich in vitamin C, provides these building blocks each morning, not in massive doses, but in steady, consistent sips that give the body what it needs to quietly rebuild and repair. There's also the role of antioxidants, natural defenders against the oxidative stress that breaks down skin cells over time. The skin is constantly bombarded by the sun, pollution, stress, and internal inflammation. Free radicals damage skin tissue, accelerate wrinkles, and dull the complexion. The flavonoids and antioxidants in lemon, especially when consumed daily, help the body fight this oxidative stress, slowing the visible signs of aging. Many seniors who adopt this habit report a subtle but noticeable shift. Skin feels less dry. The complexion appears brighter. Breakouts reduce, especially for those still experiencing inflammation. Even dark spots seem to fade, not dramatically, but gently, like fog lifting from a morning field. But perhaps more important than the biological effects is what happens emotionally. There is something profoundly empowering about caring for your skin from within, not chasing youth, but honoring your body enough to nourish it. Lemon water becomes more than a health habit. It becomes a symbol of self-respect. A reminder that aging and beauty are not opposites. That health isn't always about transformation, but about supporting what already exists and letting it shine. No miracle, no cream, just water, lemon, and the passage of time, made just a little kinder by the habits we choose. In the next part, we'll move from the skin to something even more vital, the heart. Because what happens in your arteries, your blood vessels, and your blood pressure might just be influenced by that same morning ritual, one lemon at a time. The heart never rests. From the first moment it begins to beat in the womb, until the very last, it works, tirelessly, rhythmically, faithfully. But like all things in the body, the heart ages. And with age come challenges, stiffening arteries, rising blood pressure, cholesterol buildup, and a growing sensitivity to stress, diet, and lifestyle. For seniors, cardiovascular health becomes a silent priority. And while medication often takes center stage, it's the quiet daily habits, the unseen, the gentle, that can make a lasting difference. This is where lemon water enters again. Not as a cure, not as a substitute, but as a supporting act, a subtle influence that may help the heart carry its heavy burden just a little more easily. First, let's talk about potassium, a mineral often underappreciated, but essential for heart function. Lemon contains modest amounts of potassium, and while it's not a powerhouse source, its daily inclusion in lemon water can gently contribute to balancing sodium levels in the body. That balance is crucial, especially for seniors prone to high blood pressure. When potassium rises and sodium is reduced, even slightly, blood vessels relax. Blood pressure eases. The heart doesn't have to work as hard. But lemon water's role in cardiovascular health goes beyond minerals. It touches the bloodstream itself. Inside a lemon are flavonoids, particularly one called areocitrin. In recent research, these flavonoids have shown promise in reducing inflammation and oxidative stress in blood vessels, two major contributors to cardiovascular disease. These compounds support vascular flexibility, meaning arteries are more likely to remain supple, open, and responsive, rather than rigid and narrowed with time. And then, there's the cholesterol connection. Some studies suggest that citrus flavonoids, when consumed consistently, may help lower LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, while potentially increasing HDL, the good kind. Again, lemon water is not a medication, but in combination with other healthy choices, its contribution may be more significant than it first appears. Hydration also plays a quiet role here. Thicker blood strains the heart. When the body is even slightly dehydrated, blood becomes more viscous, making it harder to pump. Warm lemon water in the morning helps thin the blood naturally, improving circulation and reducing strain on the cardiovascular system, especially important for older adults whose thirst reflex has dulled over time. Then there is the morning ritual itself. It may seem unrelated to heart health, but the truth is, routine, calm, and intention have a psychological impact. Stress is one of the greatest threats to the aging heart. A slow, mindful start to the day, one that includes nourishing choices, can lower cortisol levels, reduce anxiety, and bring mental clarity. Lemon water, by setting a gentle tone for the day, becomes part of this emotional rhythm, a quiet resistance to the chaos that often elevates heart risk. And for seniors who are already on medications for hypertension or heart disease, lemon water offers something even more precious, a habit that doesn't interfere. It complements without conflict. It supports without side effects. It aligns, rather than opposes. Still, as always, caution matters. Those taking certain medications or dealing with conditions like low blood pressure, kidney disease, or electrolyte imbalances should speak with a physician before drastically changing their potassium or citrus intake. Lemon water is gentle, but no habit, no matter how natural, is universal. The heart, in its quiet labor, deserves every bit of care we can give it. And sometimes, care looks like a pill. Sometimes it looks like a walk. And sometimes it's a cup of warm lemon water, not because it changes everything, but because it supports the things that matter most. In our next part, we'll explore something equally important: the risks, cautions, and limits of this habit. Because even nature, for all its gifts, must be handled with awareness, especially in bodies that have weathered many seasons of life. Not everything natural is automatically safe, and not every good habit is good for everybody. Lemon water, for all its quiet benefits, also carries its own set of cautions, especially for seniors, whose bodies are more sensitive, more reactive, and more affected by even small changes. To understand the risks, we must look beyond the lemon's bright color and fresh scent. We must look inside, at the acid, the minerals, and the way this seemingly innocent drink interacts with the unique needs of the aging body. 1. Tooth enamel and acidity. Lemon is acidic. That's not an opinion, it's chemistry. With a pH between 2 and 3, lemon juice is more acidic than coffee, and almost as acidic as vinegar. When consumed daily, especially first thing in the morning, it can erode tooth enamel, the hard outer surface that protects your teeth. Seniors are already at increased risk for dental issues due to receding gums, dry mouth, or past dental work. Weakened enamel can lead to sensitivity, decay, or even tooth loss. But this risk can be reduced, even avoided, with simple steps. Always dilute lemon juice in plenty of warm water. Drink it with a straw to minimize contact with teeth. Rinse your mouth with plain water afterward. Avoid brushing teeth immediately after. Wait at least 30 minutes. The solution isn't to avoid lemon entirely, it's to approach it mindfully. 2. Acid reflux and GERD. Ironically, while lemon water may help some with digestion, it can worsen symptoms for others, especially those with GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, or chronic acid reflux. The citric acid in lemon can relax the lower esophageal sphincter, allowing stomach acid to rise into the throat. This results in burning, discomfort, or coughing, symptoms that no senior should ignore or tolerate. For these individuals, lemon water might need to be skipped, or at least modified. Use less lemon, or drink water without any citrus. Try room temperature or slightly warm water instead of hot. Listen to the body. Discomfort is a message, not a weakness. 3. Interaction with medications. Lemon water may seem too gentle to interact with medicine, but nothing is neutral in the body. Though rare, the following concerns should be considered. Potassium levels. For seniors with kidney issues, even small increases in potassium can be problematic. Iron absorption. Vitamin C boosts iron absorption. This is good for many, but may be risky for those with hemochromatosis. a condition where too much iron builds up in the body. Blood pressure medications. Lemon may mildly lower blood pressure. In combination with medication, this could lead to dizziness or hypotension in sensitive individuals. The rule is simple. If you're on long-term medication, consult your doctor before starting any new health habit, even one as simple as lemon water. 4. Citrus allergy or sensitivity. While uncommon, some people do have citrus allergies or oral sensitivities. These may cause tingling or itching in the mouth, skin irritation around the lips, digestive discomfort. If any unusual symptoms occur after drinking lemon water, it's best to stop immediately and seek guidance. The bottom line: awareness, not fear. Lemon water is not dangerous, but it is powerful, and power should always be handled with awareness. For many seniors, this habit brings gentle improvements, a sense of routine, and daily vitality. But like all things in health, it must be personal. There is no one-size-fits-all. What helps one person may harm another. What soothes one body may irritate another. The key is to start small, to observe, to adapt, to use lemon water not as a trend, but as a tool, one that works with the body, not against it. In our final section, we'll bring everything together. Because lemon water is not just about nutrients or digestion or skin. It's about how small choices ripple through the day, and through life. It's time to understand the deeper lesson behind the lemon. At the end of it all, it's not really about the lemon. It never was. It's about the quiet power of something small, done consistently, with intention. A single lemon, sliced, squeezed, stirred into warm water, is not a miracle. It doesn't promise eternal youth or perfect health. It won't erase decades of wear or reverse the clock. But in a world that often tells seniors they've missed their chance, that their bodies are too old to change, or too tired to improve, this small act whispers something else. It says, asterisk, you still have agency. Asterisk. Asterisk, your health is still worth tending. Asterisk. Asterisk, your days can still begin with care. Asterisk. Drinking lemon water in the morning may hydrate the body, support digestion, aid immunity, brighten skin, and gently assist the heart. It may offer these benefits over time, especially when paired with other habits that honor the aging process instead of fighting it. But beyond the science, beyond the vitamins, the antioxidants, and the mild detoxification, lies something far more powerful: the ritual itself. In that quiet moment before the world awakens, before the noise, the appointments, the aches, and the decisions, there is choice. The choice to wake up and nourish. To begin the day not with caffeine or complaints, but with presence. With something warm. Something healing. Something deliberate. That choice ripples outward. Because when one part of the body feels cared for, the rest follows. When digestion flows, energy rises. When hydration is restored, the mind feels clearer. When small acts of self-respect are repeated, confidence returns. Not the kind tied to appearance, but the deeper kind, the confidence that says, asterisk, I still matter. Asterisk. And in that sense, lemon water becomes something larger than a health drink. It becomes a symbol. A symbol that age does not mean stagnation. That simplicity can be profound. That caring for oneself doesn't need to be expensive, complicated, or extreme. Many seniors spend their lives caring for others, children, partners, communities. And somewhere along the way, caring for themselves may have become secondary, or forgotten altogether. But the body remembers. The body always remembers. And when it receives even the smallest signal that it is being honored again, it responds, gently, patiently, quietly. So, if you're wondering whether lemon water is worth adding to your morning routine, ask a different question. What kind of mornings do I want to create? How can I start my day with intention, clarity, and care? Lemon water may be one answer. Or maybe it simply opens the door to others. A walk, a stretch, a prayer, a moment of stillness, a new chapter. Because health is never about just one thing. It's about the sum of choices, layered day after day, year after year, until they become a life. A lemon is small, but in the hands of someone who chooses to live with care, it becomes powerful. So tomorrow morning, when you reach for that lemon, know that you are doing far more than making a drink. You are choosing yourself. Again. And again. and again.